What's happening, people? Jason here, and I went to Florida a few weeks ago and came back with most of what you could ever hope for: a significant tan, good memories, and very nice photos. In this video, I'm going to break down how I went about editing this particular set of photos by the St. Augustine Fort in Lightroom Mobile. If you're wondering why I tend to edit photos on my phone, even though I got Lightroom on my computer, it's because my phone screen is a slightly better screen than my monitor, since it's AMOLED, and I also find that the smaller preview helps me take in all the edits I make as I go along. My preset pack is linked down below, and now includes the preset made from this edit, so without any further ado, let's get started with this photo edit. So this portrait's got a lot of blue to it, sunlight in the concrete and skin tones, in addition to some subdued greens in the palm trees. I'm going to try to bring out those colors in that order, in addition to the typical effects I add, like more clarity, a black crush, and split toning. There's definitely that haze to this photo too, since I was using a full-strength diffusion filter, and I want to make sure I allow that to shine through by not overdoing other stylistic effects. So, starting with crop and rotate, really just did the obligatory make sure the skyline is straight thing, and left the aspect ratio at 4:3. In the light category, I made the edits you can see on screen now, really just dropping the contrast and pushing the highlights and shadows apart. In the tone curve, I built a pretty standard curve with the black crush at one end and a slight highlights boost and cutoff at the other. If you've watched any of my previous photography videos or just seen photos I've edited, you know I use a black crush in just about every photo I edit. Flash photos with super dark backgrounds really being the only exception. In the color tab, I adjusted the color temperature to bring out more warmth from the photo, and brought that vibrance way up with a bit of desaturation to compensate. Not sure how common it is to boost vibrance and drop saturation, but I find it just helps me add color while preserving skin tones and less prominent colors you want to keep subdued. Might as well mention my pretty standard color grade / split tone while we're here. I added some teal to the shadows and orange to the highlights, pretty standard combo here, with 220 and 45 for the hues respectively. In HSL, didn't touch the reds or oranges, and in the yellows, pushed the sunlit parts of the palm trees towards orange, desaturated a touch, and increased the luminance. I pushed the greens towards teal and desaturated it and brightened up, just like with the yellows. The sky and water bled between teals and blues, so I treated them very similarly, pushing them both towards teal just a tad, tweaking the saturations and brightening them up. And I didn't do anything else to the purples or violets, thus finishing up our HSL portion of the edit. In effects, I gave us some obligatory texture and clarity to crisp up the photo, and slapped on a pretty standard vignette and grain. I felt the vignette just helped add emphasis to the sunlight, and the grain I didn't go too heavy with this time, as I thought too much grain would take away from the haze from the Pro Mist filter. Last but not least, we got the housekeeping section that is detail, adding some sharpness and noise reductions to compensate. So, what we get when we get all those settings punched in is a more dramatic, warmer, and also bluer photo that I think looks very nice. And what's also nice about taking a bunch of photos in the same spot is I can copy and paste these settings right onto the other photos to get this exact same look. So hopefully you've been enjoying your summer as much as I have and enjoyed this edit as well. If you really did, I'm actually packaging this guy up as a preset and adding it to my 2021 Lightroom preset pack, so definitely hop on that if you're interested. Same price as before actually, $10, but now in exchange for 12 presets, including this one. If you already bought the preset pack, just go back to the downloads page for the presets, and you'll find this one there waiting for you. Yo, Jason from the edit here, just to tell you, I'm aware all the settings in this preset were in the video. Buying the preset is just an easy way to bring everything in one click and support the channel. And of course, like my other presets, this one does come with full quality, raw photos to mess around with, these 4 right here. Just thought you should know. And if you only want this one preset, which I'm gonna call something cliche like Summer Daze, I've made it available as a standalone for the price of a bottle of water. I'm planning on doing more of these edits for the other photos I snapped in Florida, potentially this one, or this one, or this one, so definitely let me know if you have a preference as for which one I should do next. Besides that, thank you for watching, and I will see you later.